BCA TV, the station born to lead.
People, this year, as was done last year, MTNMerge is back in AIBIA State, God's own state, to celebrate women using the platform of the biggest gathering of Igbo women in this region called August Meeting. Hello and welcome. This is the August Meeting TV and radio show brought to your viewing pleasure by the MTN Nigeria. And of course, you know MTN Nigeria is the biggest network with the best of qualities. And we are live on BCA television and of course the FM, which is 88.1 FM, BCA radio. This program, the August Meeting, is also live on StarTimes channel 113. I make welcome all of you, those listening and of course those watching us this beautiful day. We will be treating a topic which is indeed one that is topical, one that is ravaging the fabrics of most families and by extension the society at large. We're looking at violence against women. Violence against women. My name is Adeze Irebu, your hostess on this August Meeting show. I have with me as my panelists beautiful women who are poised to shed light on this very all-interesting and important topic. Join me as I make welcome Mrs. Chinyo Nwobu, Director, Gender, Women Affairs in the Ministry of Women Affairs in AIBIA State. Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I want to also appreciate, sitting close to me, the Director, Child Department in the Ministry of Women Affairs, Mrs. Esther Obinya. Ma'am, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, on my right-hand side is yet another woman who is also poised to deliver. Director of Information, AIBIA State Development Agency, Lady Jimono Ugomma Mercy. You're welcome.
Thank you. Happy viewing and listening.
Thank you. All right, you can also see the beautiful AIBIA women who are also here making up the numbers this afternoon. In no distant time, you would get to know them as they speak to us and introduce themselves. Once again, you're welcome. Let's move on now with our breakout.
When you think of it, there's no such thing as a right size. There's only the size that's right for you. Our needs are different, so choose the size that suits your needs. Introducing the MTN Extra Value Bundles. Call and data bundle plans designed to suit any size of life. Load 1,000 Naira to get a medium bundle and choose between more of voice or more of data. Whichever you choose, you get amazing extra value. Bundles are also available in large and extra large. Dial *131# to get started.
you know fit go internet or follow for Twitter. You know fit snap photo send or get it photo send. Now because you dey use Palasa, your phone no dey answer. See me see wahala. My brother, go get smartphone, yeah. Go get Palasa phone. Phone wey no go for your hand, yeah. Go get Palasa phone. Phone wey no fit take selfie. Go get Palasa phone. No be correct phone, yeah. Go get Palasa phone.
Upgrade to a smartphone today and get double data for 6 months on any MTN data bundle you buy. Simply purchase a smartphone from any store, anywhere in Nigeria, or bring your current smartphone from any network. Insert your MTN SIM card to start enjoying your double data bonus. Offer is open to all new and existing MTN subscribers. Join the largest smartphone movement today.
Make it not for your hand, that's Palasa phone.
Facility now secured.
Finally, you are most welcome.
You said it's an emergency.
Our work here has just been confirmed. MTNMerge is back.
Did you know yet?
Unfortunately, that is precisely the case. In fact, they have already started to showcase themselves to the fullest maximum. Now, we try so much to keep them in shape, but then they are always one step in our future. Now, it didn't matter whether they are cool or they are not cool. What's really matter is that they are having a network that permits them to showcase the character that they truly have. I'm so sorry, but this you cannot purchase in the market.
We must stop them.
I'm afraid to be the carrier of a bad news, but it's already late.
Facility security breach.
I think we've lost the war.
CSO, what are you doing?
You mean myself? I'm moving to MTNMerge with immediate effect.
How?
When you think of it,
it is usually a convergence of women from different towns and cities across the world of Igbo women groups to their matrimonial hometowns. August meeting, a period when many Igbo women groups unite with their rural-based colleagues on an important occasion where issues of concern on value system of the people are deliberated upon and vital decisions taken.
The August homecoming originated from Anambra State. It is something we borrowed, those of us in AIBIA and other Igbo-speaking states. It's something that, like, it looks as if sometimes the men, we are not agreeing, especially towards community development. And the women intervene. Following that intervention, they started meeting. Women started coming together. And then from there, the idea of contributing to community development came up. They sort of were complementing the efforts of the men, their husbands, in their various communities. But that's the origin of August meeting, August conference, August homecoming of the women in their various villages and towns.
These modest congresses, as they truly are, were originally geared towards self-help rural community development, but have in recent times delved into conflict management, peace building, and human development in rural societies across many Igbo communities, including AIBIA State.
Alrighty, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the August meeting show, and it's coming to you courtesy BCA Television and BCA Radio, 88.1 FM. Also on Star Times, channel 113. Of course, you can see the beautiful faces here. I'd like to also introduce one of the panelists for today's discussion, Director, Women Affairs in the Ministry of Women Affairs, Lady Wanosike is in the Mami, welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right, the topic, once again, is violence against women. When we talk about violence against women, what exactly are we referring to? Let's start with you, Lady Ovinia.
Thank you very much. When we talk about violence against women, we are talking about the pains, the stress the woman undergoes in her matrimonial home, either against her by her own husband, or by the relations of the husband, or even friends of the husband too. So when we are talking about violence against women, we mean within and even outside. People who are not related to you may turn to be having certain negative ideas about you and turn to be against you without their knowing or with their own knowledge. So violence against women is more. My colleagues can also contribute.
Okay, let me then go back to your colleagues now. Director, Gender, Women Affairs, what is your own take on violence against women?
Actually, when we talk about violence against women, I mean when violence is directed to a particular gender, that is women. And we say that women can experience certain violence in form of, it can be domestic violence in the family, maybe the person is having issues with the husband, and it can also be what we call widowhood practices, when the person will be maltreated by the relatives of the husband and the death of the husband.
We'll be getting to that. Yes. We just need an understanding of violence, and of course, as it affects women. Let's go to the Director of Women Affairs, Ministry of Women. This is your area. What do you understand by that?
That's when you have seen the woman is involved.
Yes.
When you inflict pain on her, when you make her feel pains emotionally, spiritually, physically, and otherwise. When the
go ahead.
When the woman is being affected or being treated negatively by people around her, and most especially by the husband and relations.
Okay, good. Having established an understanding as regards violence against women, we will be moving on, but definitely would like to appreciate the sponsor of this August meeting show, the MTN Nigeria. And of course, you know, MTN Nigeria is indeed the only network with the biggest coverage. Can you join me say MTN Nigeria?
MTN Nigeria.
Biggest network with the best qualities.
Biggest network with the best qualities.
That's it. That's just exactly the way it is. All right, can we then move into knowing forms of violence? Somebody was getting close to that, but I didn't want you to preempt us, so let's start now. Forms of violence, Madam, Mrs. Ovinia.
Okay, thank you. Forms of violence. Physical violence, where a woman is being punched, beaten by her husband every day. There could be, that one results to emotional violence also, because when a woman is being punched, she's affected emotionally, mental. It will even affect the way you even think, the way you even interact with people outside, and even towards the children or relations of the children.
All right, just an intro to forms of violence on this very topical issue. We will be taking a commercial break now. When we come back, we'll continue. Stay with us.
Violence against women is a worldwide bad malaise eaten deep into the fabric of society. It has become common to see women violated in different aspects of life by their male counterparts, be it their fathers, brothers, husbands, or for that matter, total strangers. Unfortunately, women bear the brunt of a lot of violence in our society and silently cover them up so as to avoid stigmatization or protect their families. Issues like sexual harassment, trafficking in women and girls, sex selection, early marriage, female genital mutilation are fast becoming epidemics plaguing Nigeria, as it is the case globally. In 1992, the United Nations General Assembly Declaration on Elimination of Violence Against Women provided a framework for action on the pandemic. But more than 20 years later, 1 in 3 women still experience physical or sexual violence, mostly by an intimate partner.
The strong laws are important. We've talked about that a little bit today, but strong enforcement of those laws is critical.
Violence can negatively affect a woman's physical, mental, sexual, and reproductive health. To address this situation, it's important to enact legislation and develop policies that address discrimination against women, promote gender equality, support women, and help to move towards more peaceful cultural norms. Violence against women remains a violation of human rights that cannot be justified by any political, religious, or cultural claim. A global culture of discrimination against women allows violence to occur daily with impunity. International organizations and global advocacy agencies such as World Health Organization, Amnesty International have been calling for the eradication of violence against women and the need to help women achieve lives of equality and human dignity.
When you think of it, there's no such thing as a right size. There's only the size that's right for you. Our needs are different, so choose the size that suits your needs. Introducing the MTN Extra Value Bundles. Call and data bundle plans designed to suit any size of life. Load 1,000 Naira to get a medium bundle and choose between more of voice or more of data. Whichever you choose, you get amazing extra value. Bundles are also available in large and extra large. Dial *131# to get started.
If you know fit go internet or follow for Twitter, you know fit snap photo send or get the photo send. That because you dey use Palasa, your phone no dey answer. See me see wahala. My brother, go get smartphone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no go for your hand, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no fit take selfie. Drop that Palasa phone. No be correct phone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone.
Upgrade to a smartphone today and get double data for 6 months on any MTN data bundle you buy. Simply purchase a smartphone from any store, anywhere in Nigeria, or bring your current smartphone from any network. Insert your MTN SIM card to start enjoying your double data bonus. Offer is open to all new and existing MTN subscribers. Join the largest smartphone movement today.
Make it up for your hand, that's Palasa phone.
Facility now secure.
Finally, you are most welcome.
You said it's an emergency.
Our work sphere have just been confirmed. MTN Pulse is back.
Did you know yet?
Unfortunately, that is precisely the case. In fact, they have already started to showcase themselves to the fullest maximum. Now, we try so much to keep them in shape, but then they are always one step in our future. Now, it didn't matter whether they are cool or they are not cool. What's really matter is that they are having a network that permits them to showcase the character that they truly have. I'm so sorry, but this you cannot purchase in the market.
We must stop them.
I'm afraid to be the carrier of a bad news, but it's already late.
Facility security breach.
I think we've lost the war.
CSO, what are you doing?
You mean myself? I'm moving to MTNMerge with immediate effect. How?
When you think of it,
All right, welcome back. MTN Nigeria.
The biggest network with the best quality.
Yeah, this is coming from the AIBIA, beautiful AIBIA women. And of course, this is the August meeting show coming to you live from BCA Television, Channel 47, and BCA Radio, 88.1 FM. And of course, the Star Times, Channel 112. We're discussing violence against women, and we're looking at forms of violence against women. So, let's start with you, ma'am. What are some of the forms of violence against women? Yes, you have already handled. Let's go to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Forms of violence will include emotional, which will result from abusive words that could destroy somebody's psychology, where the person's personality will be involved. It could be physical, where pains will be inflicted, injuries inflicted. It could lead to death, where person is also killed or raped. And there's also another form of violence against women that could also be part of what we call mourning or isolation, where no friend is permitted, no relation is permitted. It's also a violence against women. Also, where a person also has that financial crackdown, you call it violence, because where the person has no access. You want to eat granite, it's not possible. You want to drink water, it's not possible. So the man, when he wants to punish you, will strangle you financially. We also call that financial violence in its capacity.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Any other person with a different view to what has already been said? Mrs. Wambosa, go ahead.
My name is Chinwambosa. I want to talk about violence first. Violence can be an act that can disrupt the peace in a home or in the society at large. When we talk about violence against women or against women, we talk about it comes to domestic violence. And when it comes to domestic violence, you see a man, it involves wife battering, and it involves also financial. The woman will become financially imbalanced totally. It leads to sometimes you see the woman becoming automatically the breadwinner of the home, and that makes her. You can't see that woman be happy at all times. That woman can never be happy. In a slight discussion, you see that woman be provoked. The woman will be provoked based on what she's passing through. And you see that an example is this. There is a woman, a man, for instance, that man always derives joy in beating the wife. That is called wife battering. Every minute, every second. At long run, we notice that that woman had what we call internal bleeding. Health-wise, it affects the woman.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Your name and then you speak.
I'm Pastor Mrs. Mercy Western Alamba.
Okay.
Yeah. Violence can also mean several traditional practices, harmful traditional practices.
The forms now.
The forms, yes, yeah, whereby a woman is disinherited of her husband's properties when the man is dead. Again, female genital cut, whereby a girl is circumcised, thereby reducing her libido. That's also a kind of traditional harmful practice. Also, a girl child can be disinherited. In a family where there are male children and there are girls there in the family, you see the family sharing their properties to only the male children, neglecting the girl child. These are forms of harmful traditional practices.
Any other contribution? Okay, the mommy with the pink headgear.
Ezine Obi Madbuko. We have another form where the man makes himself the lord of the house.
Okay.
Once he is back from the home to the home, nobody comes to the parlor, nobody operates the TV or whatever in the house, the gadgets. The house will be locked. You will not, the woman will not even have access to food unless the man brings it out. So it's another form of violence.
Okay. Any other?
Yeah.
Yeah,
my name is Ngwama Onoha. I want to focus on violence against women by siblings, male siblings.
Okay.
Yeah, because we tend to talk about the man, the woman, the husband, and the family. But among siblings, a boy beats up his sister. The boy says that because he's the boy, he has to read medicine. The sister has to wait till he goes to school. Talking about our orientation, the way we are brought up right from cradle. That's an inherent form of violence against women. And that's why we're talking about gender. Gender as the fact that it doesn't mean because you're born a boy or you're born a girl, you have different opportunities. Everybody must have a clean slate and move ahead based on your capabilities.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. One more to go. Yeah.
Ngozi Kanu, Sister Ngozi Kanu. Gender violence, I can say, is power inequality between men and the women. Then, one of the forms of violence against women is cultural violence. We are, women will be taken as a result of the traditional, that's the culture in that land, that woman cannot do or anything in that particular land.
Okay.
So another one is psychological violence. That's stress upon a woman who has been, treated bad. You will have stress on her.
Okay.
Then sleepless nights, eating disorder will be another thing on her.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. So with all we have said, is violence in its own good? Is it good?
No.
Any advantage?
No.
No advantage. No. All right, when we come back, we'll get to know who unleashes these mayhem to the women folk. Remember also MTN Nigeria. That's right. Nigeria, proud sponsor of this program, the August meeting show, coming to you live. Star Times channel 113. Stay with us now. After
think of it, there's no such thing as a right size. There's only the size that's right for you. Our needs are different, so choose the size that suits your needs. Introducing the MTN Extra Value Bundles. Call and data bundle plans designed to suit any size of life. Load 1,000 Naira to get a medium bundle and choose between more of voice or more of data. Whichever you choose, you get amazing extra value. Bundles are also available in large and extra large. Dial *131# to get started.
If you know fit go internet or follow for Twitter, you know fit snap photo send or get the photo send. Now because you dey use Palasa, your phone no dey answer. See me see wahala. My brother, go get smartphone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no go for your hand, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no fit take selfie. Drop that Palasa phone. No be correct phone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone.
Upgrade to a smartphone today and get double data for 6 months on any MTN data bundle you buy. Simply purchase a smartphone from any store, anywhere in Nigeria, or bring your current smartphone from any network. Insert your MTN SIM card to start enjoying your double data bonus. Offer is open to all new and existing MTN subscribers. Join the largest smartphone movement today.
Make it up for your hand, yeah.
secured.
Finally, you are most welcome.
You said it's an emergency.
Our work sphere has just been confirmed. MTNMerge is back.
Did you know yet?
Unfortunately, that is precisely the case. In fact, they have already started to showcase themselves to the fullest maximum. Now, we try so much to keep them in shape, but then they are always one step in our vision. Now, it didn't matter whether they are cool or they are not cool. What's really matter is that they are having a network that permits them to showcase the character that they truly have. I'm so sorry, but this you cannot purchase in the market.
We must stop them.
I'm afraid to be the carrier of a bad news, but it's already late.
Facility security breach.
I think we've lost the war.
CSO, what are you doing?
You mean myself? I'm moving to MTNMerge with immediate effect.
How?
When you think
All right, MTN Nigeria,
The biggest network with the best quality.
sponsor of this program, which is the August meeting show. And of course, we have the beautiful AIBIA women shedding light on this very important topic, which is violence against women. We've treated the definition of violence against women. We've equally touched various forms of violence against women, but we need to know what can actually cause violence against women. What are some of those predisposing factors of violence against women? Let's start with you, the woman from the Ministry of Women Affairs, Director. Please talk to us.
One of the things that can bring violence in the family is if the woman is not empowered. If a woman is not properly engaged, she's not properly engaged, she cannot fend for herself, not to talk about taking care of her children and family. The tendency will be there that the man who is carrying all the load on himself will not be happy. And that will mean, because he is carrying a lot of burden, will always be aggressive. And the aggressiveness will make him always look at the woman as a second-hand citizen. He will always relegate the woman to the background, not feeling well that the woman is not making any impact in the family. So it's an issue.
All right. Thank you, Lady Wanosike. Okay, Lady Jimono Obama, what are some of those factors that relate to it?
Thank you very much. The first and foremost is belief. When a man feels that he's always there to be on top, it could make him take some certain decisions that could be counterproductive on the psychology and social and health of the woman. Then the woman himself, how do you view yourself? Do you see yourself as a second fiddle? Anything that the man does, you start fidgeting. It could also put you at the point, you start displaying some tendencies whereby the man will be feeling bad whenever he sees you. Then totally could also be what we call what we could term the issue of psychology. You see, when your psychology is pinned down, when your psychology is pinned down, then you cannot face or display what you're supposed to do. One is this: there should be a family joint issue. When a man expects you to make contribution to a decision, you cannot. You'll be feeling bad. You'll be feeling that you are not contributing, but not participatory attitude, non-involvement. Oh, warrior, let him do it. No way the men can never go must school. Oh, daddy of the house, yes, must daddy die? So when you make the man feel that he's protected by your side, he wouldn't feel that bad and negate that responsibility. Then secondly is this on the issue. Third is on the issue of the what we call tradition. When the people in the community who should be fighting against violence, on the other hand, see it as one, they don't have nothing to term. I don't know how to put it. That's the people that should protect violence ma nwaanyị nwee mmerụ ahụ ọ na-agbakuje ndị di ya ụmụnne di ya. When those people now as only not able to come out and present your case, you are ashamed to present your case. You are withdrawing from presenting your case. The woman is not forthcoming. It will also predispose you to violence.
All right. Thank you very much, Lady Jimono. Let's also hear from Mrs. Wolverine. What's your own view, your take on that?
Actually, when we talk about violence, we know that there are certain things that cannot make violence to stand. When we talk, culture is among the thing. Because when you look at some culture, they're giving the men the foundation that women are second-class citizens. And because of that, they feel that they should press on the men. When we talk about, even in churches, or even in other places, even in a garden, a community garden, because that person is a man, they will not allow a woman to stand up and talk and address. When a woman wants to, they say, shut up, you're a woman. These are all the cultures that bring up violence on women. Okay. And also, when we talk about something like widowhood practices or other kinds of practices, we know that if you come to AIBIA state, actually, we have a culture of a particular people that really say that a woman is supposed not to inherit that which she has suffered with the husband. Okay. All these are all things that have been imbued in that particular people. Okay. And when it happens to a particular set of people, when it comes to another set, they say yes. Didn't you participate when it's happening to these people? It has to happen to these other people. And I feel that it's their culture. They do are saying that culture is dynamic. Okay. So, in as much as culture is dynamic, we should think of changing those other things. Those things we think that are not really, that cannot really project women advancement.
Okay. Thank you. How many of us here belong to the Omuada group in our villages? So, Omuada, are we also contributing to what we are discussing here? You know, she made mention of the cultural practices to it. You have examples where a woman loses her husband and she's been suspected of being, you know, the one that killed him. And as such, it's possibly locked in the same room with the corpse or is made to take the water from the corpse. How then can we also help? I need somebody to speak for new mothers now, because we're also part of this problem we're talking about here, going culturally now. So I saw somebody raising her hand from the other end. Yes, new mothers.
I'm the person raising my hand, but we don't practice in our own area. Okay. We don't practice such things. Okay. The new mothers, we do not practice such things. So anything that will bring any problem.
All right, so it's not been practiced in Abia State?
No, why?
In my own area. Is it been practiced in Abia? Yes. So how can we as Umadas help our fellow women? Because we are part of the problems we have. We're talking violence here. Yes. And of course, most Umadas are instrumental to this. How then can we help? You talked about solution here, even though we'll still get to that point. How can we help? I need somebody to speak. Here, madam. Yes.
My name is Jemima Kali. There are some laws in our culture. There are some laws in Nigeria that prohibit women stigmatizing or putting some cultural and harmful practices on widows. So as Umadas that are enlightened, we know that these laws are existing. And because they are not, we don't actually talk about it in our village gatherings, in our Umada meeting. People go ahead to do it because sometimes we say it's not our relation, the person doesn't, yeah, and that's what she did, so that people will not say that you are alone or you are siding the person. So as Umada, in our different communities, we should go back and tell them this thing, there are laws that are prohibiting it. You can be sent to 3 years imprisonment. I think that's what's inside the law. Then there are fines you pay. So when the person that will talk about it, when somebody's husband died, and you say, hey, she's the cause of the death, or you are going to ask her to drink water that you used to wash the cups. Okay. When you talk about the fine that the person will pay, the person will think, oh, this money that I'm going to pay can't I use it to better my life and take care of my family?
Okay. Thank you very much. In case you're just joining us, this is the August meeting show brought to you courtesy MTN Nigeria.
The greatest network with the best quality.
And of course, it's coming to you live from the studios of the BCA Television Channel 47 and BCA 88.1 FM. And of course, Star Times Channel 113. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll continue with the rest. Stay with us.
Most common cancer in Nigeria. Oncologists blame the high prevalence and late presentation of cases. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of death among women. Scientists have learned much about risk factors that may indicate a stronger likelihood for cancer. Women have been advised to take seriously regular examination of their breast, as early detection is key to prevention and proper management. Breast cancer tumors can be categorized by the size, type of cells, and the characteristics that fuel its growth. Breast cancer that are found because they can be felt tend to be larger and more likely to have spread beyond the breast. But screening exams can often find breast cancers when they are small and still confined to the breast. The mammogram is the main test recommended by the American Cancer Society to find breast cancer early. Cancer is a group of diseases that can cause almost any sign or symptom. The signs and symptoms will depend on where the cancer is, how big it is, and how much it affects the organs or tissues. As the cancer grows, it can begin to push on nearby organs, blood vessels, and nerves. A cancer may cause symptoms like fever, extreme tiredness, or weight loss. This may be because cancer cells use up much of the body's energy supply, or they may release substances that change the way the body makes energy from food. Treatment works best when cancer is found early. This often means a better chance for a cure, especially if the cancer can be removed with surgery. Sometimes people ignore symptoms. Maybe they don't know that the symptoms could mean something is wrong, or they might be frightened by what the symptoms could mean and don't want to get medical help. Maybe they just can't afford to get medical care.
When you think of it, there's no such thing as a right size. There's only the size that's right for you. Our needs are different, so choose the size that suits your needs. Introducing the MTN Extra Value Bundles. Call and data bundle plans designed to suit any size of life. Load 1,000 Naira to get a medium bundle and choose between more of voice or more of data. Whichever you choose, you get amazing extra value. Bundles are also available in large and extra large. Dial *131# to get started.
If you know fit go internet or follow for Twitter, you know fit snap photo send or get it photo send. Now because you dey use Palasa, your phone no dey answer. See me see wahala. My brother, go get smartphone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no go for your hand, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no fit take selfie. Drop that Palasa phone. No be correct phone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone.
Upgrade to a smartphone today and get double data for 6 months on any MTN data bundle you buy. Simply purchase a smartphone from any store, anywhere in Nigeria, or bring your current smartphone from any network. Insert your MTN SIM card to start enjoying your double data bonus. Offer is open to all new and existing MTN subscribers. Join the largest smartphone movement today.
Make it not for your hand, that's Palasa phone.
Facility now secured.
Finally,
You said it's an emergency.
Our work sphere have just been confirmed. MTNMerge is back.
Did you know yet?
Unfortunately, that is precisely the case. In fact, they have already started to showcase themselves to the fullest maximum. Now, we try so much to keep them in shape, but then they are always one step in our future. Now, it didn't matter whether they are cool or they are not cool. What's really matters is that they are having a network that permits them to showcase the character that they truly have. I'm so sorry, but this you cannot purchase in the market.
We must stop them.
I'm afraid to be the carrier of a bad news, but it's already late.
Facility security breach.
I think we've lost the war.
CSO, what are you doing?
You mean myself? I'm moving to MTNMerge with immediate effect.
How?
When you think of it,
welcome to the August meeting television and radio show brought to your viewing pleasure by the MTN Nigeria, the biggest network with the best qualities. And it's being relayed live to you via BCA Television, channel 47, and of course BCA Radio 88.1 FM and Star Times channel 113. We're still talking violence against women. Before we embarked on the break, we were talking about some of the predisposing factors of violence against women. Lady Opinion, please help us on that.
I want to look at trafficking in women also as violence against women. These women, they may be young girls, they may be older women. Where are they being trafficked? Within and outside Nigeria. Some of them are in Italy, some of them are in Spain. What are they bringing there? Because while they were here, either they had nothing doing, especially these girls who come out of the universities, no job, no way you can earn a living. And then because they are idle, somebody will come and say, oh come, I have a job for you in Italy, within 1 month you'll be earning such and such and such and such. And when this girl sees that offer, she's very happy and ready to go. And goes there, and what is she being used for? As a sex machine. Some of we have experience where girls told us, or girls told reporters, especially at the federal ministry where we're attending meeting, a girl will sleep with about 15 men in a day, and she does not see one kobo. The master or the mistress will take it. I want to also talk about sexual violence, something like rape. There are some men who it is within them. No matter if you give them a woman as grown as 40, as grown as 15, 20, they don't like such. But they begin to look for these small girls because they have a belief that maybe some of them have one kind of illness or not. They say, oh, if you sleep with a young girl or even babies, you will be cured, especially HIV. Some of them believe you want money because the native doctor has told you, go and sleep with a girl, a baby of 6 months. Can you imagine? A baby of 6 months, a baby of about 1 year, 6 months, a teenage girl, a virgin. They say a virgin. Somebody has never slept with a man. Go and meet that kind of girl and come. You gain a lot of money in the future.
Well, I must say this is indeed worrisome and calls for concern. Before we move straight to effects now, we will be, suggesting ways out. Of course, most people may not want to discuss this, but we know this is something that happens on a daily basis in most families and of course in most communities. How can we help these people now? We're looking at violence against women. Let's narrow it down to our state, AIBIA, where we all come from. How can we help these people? Before now we mentioned the Umuada Association, how they can also be of help to these women who are affected or violated. Which other possible ways can we render help to our fellow women in this regard? Let's hear from you. Yes, madam?
When we talk of domestic violence,
okay,
that is battering of women in their various houses. And if such a situation happens, and you see the woman being dejected, and I suggest that a refugee camp will be set up for such women who are now out of their homes because of the domestic violence meted against them. So it's a refugee camp where now they'll be monitored and maybe state get about solving the problem in their various homes.
Okay. Refugee camp for these women who violated. Okay. Who else has a suggestion? Yes, ma'am.
Still not being Madbuko.
Okay.
I suggest that a woman should be well educated.
All right.
When the woman is well educated, he'll be enlightened and to know her rights. So when the man or whoever is trying to embarrass her, she will know how to defend herself.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Education, so the woman would know her rights.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think we would have looked at this violence from this angle. Women themselves are not getting it right. When you get to the homes, as the director of women affairs, I've come to realize that many times women are even responsible for some of these problems that are entertaining in their homes.
Okay.
Many women are not behaving well. Attitude of women are bad, so many of them. You see a situation whereby the woman who is supposed to have respect, because as a woman you should also conduct yourself in as much as we are fighting all these issues. You should also conduct yourself, know the right thing, do the right thing, keep to the right time, and walk to the right things in your house, knowing fully well that you are running a home and also taking care of your children. You should also be a mentor or a language to your children and also to your family. But the situation whereby the woman will just say, because we are talking about violence, you have to be so negative, is also wrong. So I'm also talking from this angle that women, as much as possible, should conduct themselves so that there will be an improvement on the way men treat them.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well spoken. We need to help ourselves. All right, we will be taking a break now. Remember, this program, the August Meeting Television and Radio Show, is proudly sponsored by MTN Nigeria.
The best network with best quality.
Okay, so stay with us. After this break, we will be back with lots more.
Think of it, there's no such thing as a right size. There's only the size that's right for you. Our needs are different, so choose the size that suits your needs. Introducing the MTN Extra Value Bundles. Call and data bundle plans designed to suit any size of life. Load 1,000 Naira to get a medium bundle and choose between more of voice or more of data. Whichever you choose, you get amazing extra value. Bundles are also available in large and extra large. Dial *131# to get started.
If you know fit go internet or follow for Twitter, you know fit snap photo send or get the photo send. Now because you dey use Palasa, your phone no dey answer. See me see wahala. My brother, go get smartphone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no go for your hand, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no fit take selfie. Drop that Palasa phone. No be correct phone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone.
Upgrade to a smartphone today and get double data for 6 months on any MTN data bundle you buy. Simply purchase a smartphone from any store, anywhere in Nigeria, or bring your current smartphone from any network. Insert your MTN SIM card to start enjoying your double data bonus. Offer is open to all new and existing MTN subscribers. Join the largest smartphone movement today.
Make it not for your hand, that's Palasa phone.
Facility now secured.
Finally, you are most welcome.
You said it's an emergency.
Our work sphere have just been confirmed. MTN Pulse is back.
Did the youth know yet?
Unfortunately, that is precisely the case. In fact, they have already started to showcase themselves to the fullest maximum. Now, we try so much to keep them in shape, but then they are always one step in our future. Now, it didn't matter whether they are cool or they are not cool. What's really matter is that they are having a network that permits them to showcase the character that they truly have. I'm so sorry, but this you cannot purchase in the market.
We must stop them.
I'm afraid to be the carrier of a bad news, but it's already late.
Facility security breach.
I think we've lost the war.
CSO, what are you doing?
You mean myself? I'm moving to MTNMerge with immediate effect.
How?
Once again, you're welcome to the August Meeting Television and Radio Show brought to you by MTN Nigeria.
The greatest network, the best quality.
And of course, relayed live from the BCA Television Channel 47 and BCA Radio 88.1 FM. Of course, Star Times Channels 113 is also there carrying what we are doing. Well, we've been talking violence against women, and from all that have been said, from all that have been discussed, there is really no advantage to it, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, we will be looking at effects of violence against women, and finally we take our advice, and that will be it for the day. So, effects of violence now, Lady Jimono.
And one of the first will be death. When a woman is battered, if it's not properly taken care of, if there's an internal injury, it will lead to death. Secondly, there could be also mental disruption, or we call it depression, that will result as a result of battering or psychology. The mind might not even give you a physical injury, but abuse only. Negative words can destroy somebody's psychology. The person could also have mental case.
Okay, one more from my panelists.
Yeah, another effect would be the woman will lose her sense of her identity and worth. The woman will now look at herself as nobody. And in a situation like that, somebody who has lost that identity will not be able to contribute.
Okay, thank you.
Another effect is the woman may have a stigma because of it.
Okay.
People may nickname her, and for that, she won't be able to feel free in the public, even sit with other women or talk in the public because it affects her too much.
Okay.
Then,
okay.
There is what
one
we
more
call
place.
emotional trauma.
Okay.
The woman will be emotional. There will be no emotional balance in her. She will be unsuitable to her emotions.
All right. Yeah.
It leads to broken home.
Okay.
Because when it leads to this broken home, what it means that most of the children, you see them misbehave because their parents are not there to take care of them. Maybe the mother might not be there. And as a result of the mother not being there, you see the person, the girl child or even the male child misbehaving. You see them on the streets doing one thing or the other, which is very, very bad.
Okay, advice now.
Well, we want to advise we the women. We need to just get something for us to be self-reliant and become professionals, for us to have our pride of place.
Okay, and then finally, please, yes.
I advise that the women's rights should be entrenched in the Constitution.
Okay, the women's rights to be enshrined in the Constitution. Okay.
My advice to my fellow women are that when we see gender-based violence, we want what actually can we do to really come out from it. We are talking about our laws here. We have gender-based violence law. If actually we know the law, it will make us to know our rights. And when we know our rights, we should be able to really keep to it.
All right,
defend our rights.
Thank you very much. Time is really not on our side. We've been talking violence against women. And of course, you know, this is the August Meeting Television and Radio Show that has been brought to you courtesy the MTN Nigeria.
The greatest network with the best qualities.
That's right, greatest network with the best of qualities. Thank you so much for those who listened and those who watched. We appreciate you so much for finding time to join us. I want to appreciate My panel of discussants, Mrs. Chinyere Nwobubu, thank you so much for finding time to join us.
Thank you.
Mrs. Esther Obinya, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Lady Jimono Mercy, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Lady Wanosike Ezinna, thank you. And the rest of the audience, Lady Gold Nwobubu, Mrs. Amuche Nwaboso, Nwanono, yes, thank you so much. We appreciate all of you for finding time to join us. Remember, violence against women, there is really no advantage to it. Women, please, let's help ourselves. And of course, the men folk, you've heard all we discussed here today. Help us so we can live longer and longer for you. Yes. And on that note, I want to say thank you once again. MTN Nigeria.
The best network with the best qualities.
MTN Nigeria.
The best network with the best qualities.
Proud sponsor of this August meeting television and radio show that was brought to you by the MTN Nigeria. We appreciate you so much for this honor done us. And of course, BCA Television, BCA Radio, Star Times, Channel 113, we also are indeed thankful. On behalf of the producer of this program, Precious Eze, my name is Adeze Irebu. Thank you so much for your time out. Bye for now.
Bye.
When you think of it, there's no such thing as a right size. There's only the size that's right for you. Our needs are different, so choose the size that suits your needs. Introducing the MTN Extra Value Bundles. Call and data bundle plans designed to suit any size of life. Load 1,000 Naira to get a medium bundle and choose between more of voice or more of data. Whichever you choose, you get amazing extra value. Bundles are also available in large and extra large. Dial *131# to get started.
If you know fit go internet or follow for Twitter, you know fit snap photo send or get it photo send. Now because you the use